6 months later, is the Pixel 8 Pro still worth it? With all these new AI features, are they actually worth it? Or are they just another gimmick? And how does this phone hold up 6 months later? Let's get into it. Thank you guys so much for being here. If you liked the video, go ahead and drop a like and a comment, hit that subscribe button, all that stuff. It really helps me and the channel out. Thanks. Now let's get all the specs out of the way. In this hefty boy, we have a 6.7 inch 120 hertz HDR10 plus 1440p display. It is LTPO, so it can get all the way down to 1 hertz. 3 cameras on the back, a 50 megapixel main, a 48 megapixel telephoto, and a 48 megapixel ultra wide. And on the front, we have a 10.5 megapixel selfie camera. We are running Android 14 and on the verge of getting Android 15 with the brand new Google Tensor G3 chip. My particular one has 12 gigs of RAM and 250 gigs of storage, a 5050 milliamp hour battery with 30 watt charging, 23 watt wireless charging. So charging wirelessly is nearly as fast, which I love to see. And I got this one in bay blue because I'm a boy. That was terrible. Jesus Christ. Lots of AI stuff, which can be viewed as either gimmicky or useless. And finally, probably the most important feature, a thermometer on the back for some reason. We'll talk about that. Okay, so let's talk about things I like, things I don't like, and I'll let you know if I think it's worth it or not. Okay, so let's start with my favorite part of the phone, the cameras. I've done a Pixel versus iPhone camera comparison in the past, link in the description if you want to check that out. I said it before in that video and I'll say it again. The Pixel cameras are my favorite cameras and they take the best photos of any smartphone camera. I think what makes it my favorite is the colors are the most accurate of any other phone I've seen. It's like taking a screenshot with my own eyes. We have 30x zoom on the telephoto, which actually looks pretty decent thanks to the 48 megapixels. If you want an in-depth review of the cameras, let me know in the comments below. Selfies are very crisp and sharp. Again, colors are absolutely spot on. Now, I said photos are fantastic, but in the past, videos were pretty terrible unless you're in perfect daylight. Thankfully, videos are so much better now. The HDR is putting in overtime, bringing up those shadows. The stabilization is gimbal-like. You probably don't really even need one, to be honest, even for the selfie camera, and especially for the telephoto. They pulled some magic on that one because that is locked. That thing is locked off. Now the display, the screen itself is gorgeous, smooth, super bright. This thing gets up to 2400 nits. And you'll never have a problem viewing it in the daylight. Now, I mentioned AI stuff earlier. For one, we have AI generated wallpapers, which is a pretty cool idea. But the thing about these AI wallpapers, they're very low res and they look very much AI generated, which like, yeah, I know they're AI generated, but we're at a point now where we can do better than this. We have video boost, which is essentially Night Sight for video, which is, I keep saying it's really cool because there's a lot of cool stuff, man. It's cool. So after uploading your video to Google Photos first, it will automatically adjust the color, the brightness, sharpness, the stabilization, even, and the noise. It's kind of a mind-blowing feature because it's basically a fix it in post mode, but without any work on your end. We have best take, which you've probably seen by now. It will replace faces with the best take. So if someone sneezed or is always blinking, it's not a problem anymore. Like, insane, dude. We have a new magic edit button, shining and glimmering, which will launch an AI editor, which is a little more robust than the usual eraser. For example, removing this flower doesn't just remove it, it will actually remove it and replace it with something else that looks like actually plausible. Like if I showed you the AI generated picture, you wouldn't question it. Like, what? My pessimistic mind goes to, this is dangerous. This is very dangerous. But how can you not like admire what an achievement these AI image generators and editors are? It's absolutely insane. Also, it's very scary. We got more. We're keeping it going. We have audio magic eraser that will remove noise from videos like crowd noise, speech, or wind. It works okay. It's all right, but I'm sure, again, the next iteration will be much better. The Recorder app lets you tag speakers, transcribe, and summarize all in the app. And finally, we have Gemini, which technically isn't really new, but it's an AI assistant that can replace your Google Assistant, which I'm so glad they finally did that. I hate Google Assistant. Sucks. It's quite literally Google's ChatGPT, but more, I would call it more user-friendly and set up in a smarter way. What's the most common responses to your ChatGPT results? Make it shorter, make it longer, make it more professional, more genuine, that kind of stuff, right? There's literally a button for that now. You don't have to say, do it again, but professionally. It even gives you 3 different responses to each question. You can check out each draft and see how they vary, so you get even more from a single response. And I recommend you do look at the other drafts, because sometimes there's some hidden gems in a draft that it didn't give you. And you can even export a response straight into a formatted email. I mean this one I use quite often. A little more often than I'd like to admit that I'm actually admitting to right now. I use it a lot. I use it a lot. Okay, no more AI stuff. All right. So day to day, how is it as just a phone? It's been fantastic, as you would expect from a flagship premium $100,000+ phone. It's quick. It's snappy. No hiccups or even random glitches in this time that I've had it so far. The speakers can get very quiet and way loud, which is great when you need to, sneak some TikToks, you know what I mean? Battery life is honestly not as good as my Galaxy S23 Ultra. Google says it's a 24-hour battery, which it is, like 24 hours like on the dot. Okay, the thermometer, without a doubt, one of the features of all time on the Pixel 8 Pro. I've literally used it once to make sure that it works. You can take temperatures of humans or other objects. It's like they had to throw something in there to justify its price, and they thought this was a good idea. Also, why now? Like, wouldn't this have been better like 4 years ago during COVID? Also, yes, COVID was 4+ years ago. How does that make you feel? God, I hate it here. The fingerprint sensor is still an optical sensor, so I have way more misses than I did on my S23 Ultra. For $1,000+, there's no reason this can't be ultrasonic. Like, come on, man. All right, full circle, right? Is the Pixel 8 Pro worth the upgrade over the 7 Pro or even an S23 Ultra? Over the Pixel 7? Yes. Absolutely, it's a worthy successor, worth the upgrade. Over the S23 Ultra, well, not really, seeing as I actually replaced my S23 Ultra with the 8 Pro. That was because my S23 Ultra had a lot of weird, unexplained glitches. Like, it wouldn't let me send text messages, or it wouldn't wirelessly charge at all. I even sent it for a warranty fix and they didn't find anything, so I couldn't deal with it anymore, so I switched. Had there not been phone breaking glitches on my Galaxy, I still wouldn't regret getting the Pixel 8 Pro. In my eyes, they're about tied. It's an argument of hardware versus software, and both do it nearly flawlessly. Google has been gobbling up more and more market share recently, and it's for good reason. It's a great phone. I'm glad I got it. I recommend it, especially now that the Pixel 9 Pro is right around the corner. Should see some sweet deals on this pretty soon. So that's it. Let me know what you guys think of the Pixel 8 Pro. Love it, hate it. Let me know in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.